and obedient, make sure say you share this video before you watch am. Share am before you watch am. Peter Obi is too old. Tinubu is too old. Peter Obi and Tinubu look alike. But since when this race starts, Peter Obi never rest once, so he never go hospital. But now late Tinubu now, they fight for more than a week for the country. They no see am. There is the reason why APC people they shed tears, they try all their means to take this power, be saying, because anything we make they change government, all of them they go sack all of them, because all of them, many of the side APC, many of them, they be criminal. Their prayer point now make this country no better at all at all. Now mean they collect their money every blessed day, make ASU strike day. Many different they happen anyway. More ASU talk, more than your COT talk.
Most of the Nigerian youths happen to have gravitated towards the Peter Obi candidacy. How can you tell Nigerian youths to vote in Bola Tinubu that is 70, as he says? How can you convince Nigerian youths to vote in Bola Tinubu, your candidate?
Thank you. It is not as he says, it is in record that Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the age that has been put out there, and the age gap between himself and Peter Obi is about 8 years, and the gap between our candidate and the candidate of PDP is about the same 8 years. None of them is a youth. If anybody would have qualified to belong to the age of younger generation or youth, I would have been the one. But that exercise have come and gone. They are gravitating towards there now in the social media. Erufai, let me tell you something. That is why I dove my heart for Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for have seen me and appointed me. You know, politics in the social media and politics, practical politics, they differ. When I assumed office as executive governor on 27th of January 2016 in Kogi State, nobody will give me any chance that I'll be able to return back. But I was able to connect with the people, with the younger generation, and they now followed me. And let me tell you, it's not only me alone, including even Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, our candidate, His Excellency. Remember, even before appointing me, there are a multitude of younger generations who are rooting for him because of his record of achievements and successes in business, in politics, in governance, philanthropically, and all otherwise. So there are several others. So now, we put together side by side his experience, what he has achieved, and side by side with others. And then the practical foot on ground. Who are those that have the experience at the end of the day in terms of politics and electioneering? Electioneering via social media is different from physical one. And this is the appropriate time to educate our younger generation, not to be carried away by euphoria or by certain sentiments, and then we now mislead ourselves. So we're going to put it in the right perspective, why they should vote Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and why APC should be returned back to office so that we can continue to consolidate and do more for our people.
What does your party, the APC, want to sell to Nigerian youths when under your APC administration, we've had now one of the highest levels of youth unemployment in this country? It's over 50%. Youths don't just have jobs. Over 13,000 Nigerian healthcare workers have gone to the UK in the space of 2 years because of the economic situation we are in. What does your government want to sell to the youth when you can't give them jobs?
Erufai, thank you for this. You see, I will approach this question this way. The statistics or the numbers you just read out, where are they coming from?
NBS.
What are the processes? You see, let me tell you, most times, or most of the times, we question and query the statistics. Because I am most affected sometimes in Kogi State. For instance, NBS or in the media or out there, people used to say, oh, Kogi State is owing salaries, you're not paying salaries, you are owing 18 months. Even one particular elite once put it in his Facebook that I'm owing salary up to, is it 18 or 12 months? That is, and that person is supposed to be a credible leader in his own right. So that, and after, within how many hours, he has to put down that information. So there are some informations out there that are misleading. Let me tell you. I am not saying that there are no jobs to be done, work to be done on unemployment, improvement of our economy. Then the next thing is, which of the countries of this world is having it rosy now? In fact, if anything, without this administration of President Muhammadu Buhari under APC, probably Nigeria would have been partly sold to either Chinese or to any other person outside this country because of the way and manner the country's economy is being managed before we came on board in 2015. There are areas that we need to improve on. And of course, let me tell you, Erufai, that in every system, there are saboteurs, there are Judas, and we have them abound in this APC administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, from within and outside, from the inner caucus to the outside. I must tell you the truth. So, and for President Muhammadu Buhari and APC and all of us to continue to soldier on and keep moving without breaking, I think we need to give ourselves that.
So two things I'd like to get right, Governor. Are you saying that the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics stats is wrong? Are you saying that the NBS has wrong statistics, which is a federal institution? And secondly, you said you have run the economy so well. Have you run it so well now that we have 119% as regards, debt to service ratio now? That we struggle to pay our debt. Have we run it so well that over 6 trillion is paid in subsidies, and Nigeria's debt keeps mounting, that the National Assembly had to say that our debt is alarming? Over 42 trillion from a debt stock of over 10 trillion in 2015.
Put my earlier responses and replies into perspective. There are areas to be improved upon. There are saboteurs. Still, in the midst of all of that, the country is still moving on. Mr. President continued to improve on our infrastructure, and then we're still moving on. No country in this world will have it rosy 100%. That is number one. Number two, on the issue of Bureau of Statistics, we need to begin to scrutinize some of these agencies' mode of doing things. If we can say that certain things are run wrongly and is accounting for some of the challenges we are having today in our economy, in our youth employment and the rest, why don't you think that Bureau of Statistics as a federal government agency that Mr. President inherited but did not rejig appropriately would not be there to sabotage and dish out numbers that are not correct? And let me tell you, for them to come out clean, they should show us the processes. What are the methodologies do they apply? Let us see the processes and the formulas they apply. And how did they carry out their sample test or whatever it is for them to come up with these numbers. Don't misquote me. I am not saying there are no challenges. There are. But it is a lot more better than what we would have witnessed if we had allowed PDP to continue.
And that is why you cannot defend Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You cannot promote Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You cannot campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and not look stupid.